Welcome to my channel. Robb Elementary School Shooting 2022. Thank you to my viewer, who suggested today's content. Uvalde is a city in South Texas that is home to thousands of Hispanic residents. Also located here is Robb Elementary School. The school had already implemented many security measures to keep students and teachers safe. There were 6 officers who were responsible for security in 8 schools. The district also had security staff that would patrol door entrances and parking areas in lots of secondary schools. It is also reported that exterior and interior doors were to remain locked, but these were often left open. It was on May 24, 2022, that Salvador Ramos had an argument with his grandmother about failing to graduate high school. During this argument, Salvador shot his grandmother. She managed to get help from her neighbors, and was quickly airlifted to hospital in a critical condition. Before the shooting, according to reports, Salvador had been in contact with a 15-year-old German girl, who he met online. He went on to tell this girl of his plans. This 15-year-old girl would later face trial and was found guilty for failing to report the planned crimes. Salvador took his grandmother's vehicle, where he crashed this outside of Robb Elementary School at around 11:28 a.m. He managed to get over the school fence and made his way into the school grounds. He had brought with him 2 rifles, one of which he had left back in the vehicle. These 2 rifles had been purchased by Salvador legally after he turned 18. Witnesses said that just before the school shooting occurred, Salvador had shot at 2 people at a nearby funeral home, but these 2 people escaped uninjured. Police had already been called after Salvador crashed his grandmother's vehicle near the school. Salvador entered the school through a door which had been left unlocked. It is believed that the shooting started at around 11:43 a.m. He made his way around the school, heading to classrooms 111 and 112. All of the fatalities had occurred in these 2 classrooms. Officers arrived on the scene, but quickly found themselves under fire. The United States Marshals also made their way to the school. They arrived at 12:10 p.m., after traveling 70 miles to get there. They went on to assist officers at the scene. At 12:17 p.m., a Twitter message was sent out, reporting that there was an active shooter in the school. Police outside had cordoned off the school, where parents of those inside had started to gather, wanting to know what was happening, and if their children were safe. Unfortunately, it turned into chaos outside the school. Parents tried to enter the building to retrieve their children, and police tried to stop them, by whatever means they could. It wasn't until 12:50 p.m. that off-duty Border Patrol officers managed to get into the area where Salvador was residing, and to shoot and kill him. He had fatally shot 19 students and 2 teachers, with another 17 being injured. All those children involved were in the 4th grade. It has been reported since that police had waited more than an hour and 14 minutes on the school grounds, before breaching the classroom, where Salvador was located. After this, parents were asked not to collect their children, until all students had been accounted for. They were only told at 2 p.m. that they could now go and collect their children. It is reported that Salvador, who was 18 at the time, had been a former student at the school. He had no friends there, and was often subject to bullying, because of a stutter, and not having much money to buy clothes. Salvador's remains apparently remained for a long time at the coroner's office, after local funeral homes refused to arrange a funeral for him, out of respect for the victims' families. An investigation was launched into the shooting, with Governor Greg Abbott instructing an investigation into the lack of initiative by law enforcement that day. These investigations are still ongoing. Several lawsuits were filed by family members, and as of this time, are still waiting to be concluded. A memorial was created shortly after the shooting. Crosses were placed at the site, with the names of all the victims. On June 3, a meeting was held, where it was decided that Robb Elementary School would no longer be used as a school. Students and staff were moved to another campus. Then on June 21, it was announced that the school would be demolished, with a new school set to replace it. Construction of this new school was set to start in 2023, and be completed in 2024. A memorial was held 1 year after the attack, on May 24, 2023. It has very recently been reported that Nathan James Cruz, aged 17, and the cousin of Salvador Ramos, was arrested in San Antonio, after making threats to commit another school shooting. Nathan's mother is the one who notified the police of these threats, fearing her son would copy the school shooting that Salvador had committed. To this day, Salvador's mother still claims she has no reason why her son decided to attack the school that day. Our hearts go out to the families of the victims. May your loved ones never be forgotten. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to view other content.